5G, they don't have it. They don't have it. They have low cases, and so they never have restrictions there.
And good afternoon, Principal Shane McKay of East Central High School. Glad to have you with us, Principal McKay, this afternoon. Shane, you just got out of a prep rally with our students and our athletes. How did that go, and what was the message you put out there?
Thank you for asking that, and it was I'm humbled and I'm proud that we were able to pull that off. I thought it went really well. I asked a couple of students just now as they were walking out to their vehicles. They stayed behind and stayed in a teacher's class and watched it in there, and they said they were very happy that we did it. And so I'm glad we were able to honor our student athletes. We were able to honor all those student programs and those groups by at least getting them some opportunities to have a little bit of normalcy, although it looked different. In the pep rally, I made sure that I really wanted to make aware that our staff and our students have modeled everything that we hope and everything that is right with public education, and that they have modeled that persistence and that resiliency and that grit and determination that's needed to be successful in these times. And gave them the story about the buffalo, and that when a storm is approaching, a buffalo in an open field doesn't run from the storm, but they turn and run into the storm. And that's the way our educators today have really embraced where we're at, and we're not running from it. We're not blaming. We're not complaining. We're not defending. We're attacking it. We're doing everything we can. I'm just so proud to serve along the teachers and staff of East Central High School, and I just am just so proud of them in what they're doing, and then most importantly, our students, and about how their world has completely changed, and the fabric of their relationships with their friends and their teachers have changed, but they continue to persevere even through this, and they're going to think back one day, 5 years, 10 years from now, they remember when we went through this, and if they can overcome this, they can overcome anything. So I'm just really proud of everybody in our school community that's connected.
Well, we're proud of the job that y'all have done, and as someone who's at one end of it, at the receiving end of the hard work y'all have done, I do appreciate what y'all have done, and it is not only something you've done with our educational process, but it flows over into our sporting department, our athletics department. Everything's different this year in our athletics, and that's been something we've talked about in previous interviews this season. Highlights or some same things you'd like to point out about our athletics this year, and maybe some thoughts about next year, some good things you're looking forward to.
Well, and I give it to our coaches and to our student athletes. Coaching and leading a team and being a part of a team in a pandemic is not easy, and it requires an exorbitant amount of self-discipline and personal discipline on their part. And our coaches have to be more hyper-vigilant than ever before on things that they've never had to worry about. So it's no longer about X's and O's. It's about how healthy we can keep our kids and keep our coaching staff. And that's hard to do when you're trying to lead 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. And so I'm just going back to reiterating what the staff has done. Our coaching staff has been amazing at trying to navigate through these very challenging waters. And as barriers have arrived, they have just found ways to work around them, over them, and even sometimes through the barriers that are there And so, again, I think a lot about that, but I also think about our student athlete and about how we have many that are learning through remote means, and they're doing the best they can to stay on top of their work, to stay eligible. They're reaching out. We have several that are here on campus in face-to-face instruction. And although now we have some classes that are 90 minutes and some classes that are an hour, and they're only here for either 4 periods a day or 3 periods a day, they roll with it. They're like water off a duck's back. It just hits them and they shake it off and they keep going, and they stay cool, calm, and collected. And I'm just really proud to see all of our student groups get to perform tonight during the game. We fought like crazy to keep a sense of normalcy as much as we can, although it may look a lot different. We don't have the entire band that we'd like to have. We don't have all of the various student groups that we'd like to have with every single student. But you know what? At least we get to get out there and get our kids competing and get our kids to be showcased at halftime and get our kids to be showcased during the game. And even from having homecoming on a Wednesday night and showing the video tonight at halftime, it's just it's exciting to get a chance to be with our kids, see their faces light up, and watch their excellence happen on the field and off the sides of the field.
Awesome. So, Mr. McKay, I know you're a busy man and the busiest man in San Antonio. So I will let you go. I want to leave you with one on the spot question. What's one sporting event you're looking forward to for the remainder of the year? Something you're just dying to see.
In full transparency, yeah, softball and baseball, because they got cut short in the middle of their year last year, and I just can't wait to see those kids, and hopefully we can keep it together enough that they can finish the season and get a chance to compete. And those were the kids who got cut short, probably more than any other student group that was there, and to add to that track. So all of those sports that at the end of the year last year didn't get a chance to finish, I'm just looking forward to all 3 of those.
Absolutely. If you haven't seen the face before, guys, this is East Central's principal, Shane McKay. You will see him out at our sporting events the rest of the year. Say hi to him, get to know him, and get to know your school and your district. Thank you, Shane McKay.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Mr. Bryant. And go Hornets. We are EC.
Absolutely. Thank you. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, live from Hornet Stadium on East Central High School. It's Smithson Valley Rangers versus your East Central Hornets. That's the opening kickoff. Hornets take it back to the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 East Central. Welcome, fans, those of you live on Facebook and what's our other platform, Barry? YouTube, Facebook and YouTube Live. Thank you. My name is James Bryant, along with Barry Huff, my colleague to my left. Barry, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and why you're here.
Well, I am Barry Huff. I teach English language arts at the middle school, but I am the best bench rider ever in the history of East Central football.
And that qualifies you to call East Central football, just like it does myself. East Central on the first down, gain of about 3. We're kind of rushing things here. We had quite a bit to take care of pregame here, including our homecoming festivities. So we're catching up here. We're glad to have you here for this varsity matchup, this district matchup between the visiting Smithson Valley Rangers, wearing white with dark pants on the right end of your television screen, versus your East Central Hornets in gold and black. Nice uniforms this evening. Pass out to the flat intended receiver, number 11. Jack Stewart, the intended receiver.
Brought down by number 11. Smithson Valley senior safety Blake Bowman.
And as we're getting caught up with anything and everything, first thing to note, Barry, is Caden Bosenko, our normal quarterback, did not make the call this week. You realize he was injured 2 weeks ago. Apparently still making that recovery. Christian Vela, number 12, making the pass. He's our starting quarterback this evening. Pass out to Jack Stewart.
It has definitely been a trial by fire for Christian, but he's been up to the call. Nice passes that he can sling that ball a little bit. He likes to throw it deep. He's pretty accurate, as we just saw on that pass, but not quite enough for a first down. Looks like they're shy by about 2 yards.
4th down. Looks like about 3 yards to
3.
go, and they will choose to punt. Christian Vela, as we said, now our starting quarterback for the evening for the Hornets. Ball is fielded at the 30-yard line by Smithson Valley's number 11. A lot of hooting and hollering on the tackle, but no flags. Number 11, Blake Bowman on the return. Out to the 41-yard line, 1st and 10, Smithson Valley. And Barry, we got a big surprise coming up here for Smithson Valley fans and for all football fans. A great quarterback in Smithson Valley, Jalen Nutt, number 4.
Jalen Nutt is a running first quarterback. He is quite athletic, converted cornerback, but he can also throw that ball as well. But mostly you're going to see lots of yardage from runs, lots of option, lots of speed in that backfield.
Hand off to number 86 around the end. Picks up 2 yards, it appears. Mark it 1 yard, then 1 yard gain. 2nd down now at the 42-yard line.
They really strung that play out well. East Central was up to the task. But you're going to see lots of runs, lots of speed. Watch how quickly Smithson Valley gets to the line.
Zion LeGrant on the tackle, number 4, the corner. 2 running backs set on either side of the quarterback. Nutt looks to the left and finds running back number 21. That's Gabe Hoskins.
Gabe Hoskins is their main running back. He is their second leading rusher behind the quarterback. He had 60 attempts, 302 yards, over 5 yards a carry, as we just saw right there.
In fact, the running back and the quarterback are both over 5 yards a carry, I believe. Am I correct, Barry?
Yes, they are. 5.9 yards per carry for Jalen and 5.03 yards for the run back we just saw, Gabe.
Nutt keeps it this time up the middle and has enough and a little more for the Smithson Valley 1st down.
Nice tackle by East Central defender number 3, Trayshawn Johnson, the junior. Speaking of class levels, you're going to see a lot of the skill players for Smithson Valley are seniors. It just happened to be, normally they have a really good passing attack. This year, it's going to be a lot of run, a lot of speed out of Smithson Valley this season.
And if you take a look, guys, at this front line of Smithson Valley, they can't help but run. The size of some of these offensive linemen, they are big fellas. Nutt back to pass, and it is caught by receiver number 5, it appears.
Mm-hmm.
That's Will Strachan.
Looks like a good tackle by number 3, Trayshawn Johnson. He has been very busy so far.
Strachan with a gain of about 6 yards on the reception. 2nd down now and 4 to go. Ball at the East Central 40-yard line. Once again, 2 running backs to either side of Nutt. They have an H-back on the right side, 1 receiver right. And they choose the handoff to the running back, number 22, around the end. Flag on the play.
Yeah, it looks like that end would help the defender a little bit. Wouldn't let him up. It looks like one of our defenders has just been really amazing this year. Number 47, Marius Roseman. Looks like a hold a little bit, but we'll see what they say.
Outstanding defender Marius Roseman. He plays that front line right end position or left end position.
They put him all over the field. They will move him around on that line. He normally plays to strength. Sometimes, the last time at home game, they did play him a little bit at linebacker at times. He's not very big, but he is tenacious. He takes on blocks. He ends up in the backfield a lot. This is one of the bright spots against Judson a few weeks ago.
1 receiver heading out wide left, 2 to the top. And Nutt hands off this time to 21. 21 is Gabe Hoskins for a gain of about 4 on the play.
You see what they're trying to run behind. James, you had mentioned during the warm-ups their right guard. Sorry to interrupt you there, James. Number 77, he is a load. Is Colton Thomason. He is big. He is strong. He looks like he's pretty athletic, and they're going to try to run behind him.
They do not list weights here on this roster, but he's got to go. He's got to go 300, doesn't he, Barry? What a tackle! East
Look at
Central
what it
with a
was.
sack. Number 21, Juan Hernandez, not in his usual position, but we'll take it.
There are several players that are going to be playing two ways. For those people who don't know what that means, going to be playing both offense and defense. And the person that made that tackle is East Central's leading rusher, JJ Juan Hernandez.
Number 21, you see him back in the deep backfield now for the Hornets being replaced. Nice tackle by JJ, number 21. For a loss, brings up 4th down now. Smithson Valley in the punting position. 34 back to punt. Hornets will let it roll. And ball is down at the 9-yard line. 1st and 10. Hornets.
Now, that is what you want to see in any game. And maybe there's an extra charge that it's homecoming. It is going to be the last game for many of these seniors on this field. But whether it's homecoming or not, that was great defensive effort. They're just swarming on the ball. They look fast. They look ready. They look really prepared to play. This strong Smithson Valley team only has one loss in district.
1st and 10 Hornets at the 9-yard line. In the pistol formation, Christian hands off to the running back, who changes direction and gains about 5 on the play. That's number 39.
Kenyon McClure.
Kenyon McClure.
A sophomore.
A sophomore who played a lot of defense last year. I believe he played mostly linebacker, making the move to running back and starting off well. This time, two receivers down low, the right side of the line for the Hornets, along with the tight end standing up there. And McClure again on the run. Stopped this time by number 7 on defense, Camden Egley.
Looking at Smithson Valley, they are really trying to key on the big athletic receivers that East Central has. You've heard us talk about Anson Bryant Kelly and Jack on the other.
Jack Stewart
on the other side. But it does appear that they're going to be content with running. If Smithson Valley is going to give us the run, they're going to run.
Very interesting set for the Hornets this time. We had 3 receivers set right, but they were right up next to the line, not 2-3 feet from the line.
That was a strong run by JJ. Strong run.
21, Juan Hernandez with the 1st down, Hornets.
I'm going to give special love to that offensive line. That defense, our defense came out strong, but East Central's offensive line looks good. They're going to the line. They're getting some confidence. This drive started at their own 10-yard line, and already it is 1st and 10 at the East Central 25-yard line.
Brian Kelly up top, Jack Stewart down below. Bella looks at Stewart and underthrows him that time. Well defended anyway by number 38 for Smithson Valley, Andrew Montalvo. Go ahead, Barry.
As well as number 22 and 11. They are crashing those receivers. That linebacker, they were really keen, these receivers for East Central today.
Same set, Anston Bryant Kelly, the receiver up top, Jack Stewart down below. One running back to the left of Vela would probably be JJ. And handoff to Juan Hernandez, JJ inside for no gain on the play to bring up 3rd down now and 10 for the Hornets.
Smithson Valley for many years has been known as a place where Division I defensive ends go to learn. And this is not any different. The person who made that tackle, number 99, Trey Moore, he is lean, he is fast. They are going to have to put more bodies on him.
Coaches will be looking at number 99 tonight, and they will make adjustments. You see right there, his opposing offensive lineman made the jump in anticipation of big number 99 coming through.
I think that was specifically the H-back and number 32. He got a little antsy because that boy comes off the ball. And it's hard for an H-back to put a body on somebody that big, that fast. Normally, you need a lineman, but the H-back is there for help.
Bear, we have a moment here. Before this year, I never heard the term HBAP. Would you explain it to anyone that might not know what that is?
So H-back, I first heard about it from the Houston Oilers. They got rid of tight ends, and they had this universal back who could be a tight end or a fullback, and it's called it H-back. I'm not exactly sure why the name H. Oh, my
Pass
goodness.
complete over the left side to Hornet number 3, Trayshawn Johnson. Enough for a Hornet first down.
Another one of those Hornets for this game that has double duty. You saw him in the secondary. He had a great first series at defense, and now catching that ball on the offensive side as well. East Central really using their skill positions both sides of the ball.
Barry, I want to finish up your description about the H-back. So it's normally set a little bit behind the main line, the front line of the offensive line, set back and on the end. So typically where a tight end might be, but set back a little further.
Something like that. Sometimes it lines up in the wing, which is just on the outside of the tackle. Sometimes it's lined up behind or to the right of the tackle. It really depends, or the guard rather, or no, the tackle. It really depends upon what that coach, the offensive coordinator, wants to do.
And the reason I'm emphasizing so much it is because it is so predominant in high school football these days. You'll see it all the time from the Hornets and quite a bit from other opposing teams,
especially with the shotgun set. Old school football, the quarterback lines directly underneath the center, which you don't see anymore. They want the quarterback in a shotgun set, which is about 4.5, 5 yards behind the center, so that the running back can see the play develop quickly. If somebody is trying to get through if somebody gets through the line for the defense, they'll be able to see that more quickly and be able to make cuts and jump steps and all that stuff.
In the meantime, Hornets with another first down. Vela catches the running back out behind the line of scrimmage, and he just manages to get back to the original line of scrimmage. That's number 30 for the Hornets, Jose Martinez.
I like what East Central's doing. East Central's strength is at least we'll be on the edge, trying. Did not give the Christian a lot of space in which to throw that ball. Since Smithson Valley is going to double team him, he's going to have to really work those defenders more to the left as opposed to giving up that sideline.
Vela with the keeper.
So fast.
With a great gain. As you mentioned, so fast, Barry. Fast enough to get a 8-yard gain out to the 42-yard line. 2 yards to go now for the Hornets.
Which makes him a great slot receiver, which is his primary position. He just so happens to have a wonderful arm, good command of the offense. So they're putting their players where they need to put them. But Christian is so quick.
And the fans come alive here at Hornet Stadium, getting loud here. They want the Hornets to score, to make the first down here, going for it on fourth, and a flag on the play.
It looks like offsides on us, on our receivers.
Which will probably change the plans, looking like we're bringing out the punting team now. Big opportunity for the Hornets, not only just football-wise, but fan-wise, emotional-wise. Would have been a nice pickup there.
It's been pretty good, though, as far as field position. They get this drive started at their own 10-yard line. That's 40 yards of field position. They know that they can move the ball. That is very, very cool to see. at this stage of the game.
Speaking of fans, Barry, let's kind of talk about the layout here. We're looking at the Smithson Valley side from our perspective. Looks like about 10% occupancy, all flooded in on the 50-yard line area, as we expected. Let's watch this run back from Smithson Valley. Number 13 for the Rangers, Noah Flores on the run back.
And that's where Smithson Valley is going to hurt you. Again, they are a fast team. It is, there's no doubt. Every skill position has speed. They have legit size. And so they set that up. We were fortunate. Good work by the Hornets to tackle him. We were fortunate to get that.
Christopher Jones, the cornerback, on that tackle.
Good job.
And here comes Smithson Valley and all their hugeness lining up on the line. One running back to the left of quarterback Nutt, receivers top and bottom. Motion from the right-hand side receiver. Nutt with, a little trickery. And that's a Smithson Valley touchdown. I was fooled, but I think the quarterback may have faked to the receiver in motion, tossed it back to the running back, or it might have been direct snap to the running back.
No, it was exactly as you said. They handed it to him. It was just kind of everybody's eyes were on the backfield. The safeties and the secondary were looking at the backfield. The receiver ran a post down the left hash, or the hash marks that are closest to us, wide open. Didn't have to be a great pass.
They fooled every player on the field. They're dressed in yellow and black,
and including the announcers for sure.
Especially this one right here.
But it's interesting. You saw this play when you were announcing the freshman game last night. You described this play to me, and it worked. It worked.
It worked. A little razzle-dazzle, if you will. It was pretty dazzling if you're a Smithson Valley fan.
Now,
nice. Go ahead, Barry.
Now, normally this would be deflating. It could be deflating to a team, but Essential already has some wins. Again, the Essential know.
Move on with the game. As you said, he's got a lot to be proud about, and he's along that sideline cheering on those young men right now.
Yeah, there are some wins there, but again, they can't look in. They're really going to have to. They're going to have to be ready for that again. Not that it will happen, but now Smithson Valley has. They're not afraid to unleash their bag of tricks. Good blocking up front by Smithson Valley. Good execution.
As you said, I saw that play last night, and I kind of anticipated there might be a little move up to the varsity level of that same play, and they did it. Kickoff on the way from number 38 from Smithson Valley, Andrew Montalvo.
Ooh. Wow.
Trayshawn Johnson on the return. Out to the 22-yard line. First down and 10, Hornets.
I'm not sure if you got to see that, folks. I'm not sure where the camera is. But what happened was that Smithson Valley came down hard, and they had a defender that acted as a wedge buster, just not being afraid to blow through a defender, and he just knocked him like 3 yards back. It was impressive.
2 wide receivers up top along with the H-back near the line. Hand off to the lone running back. Looks like you're correct. 39, Kenyon McClure.
That sophomore looks really good. I know there's only a 2-yard gain, but it was a 2-yard gain when there should have been no gain. He is an interesting back. Notice how Smithson Valley's starting to creep up towards the line. Ooh, something. Oh, here we go. starting to creep up. This might be a pass.
Vela steps back and passes over the middle to Jack Stewart, complete for a pickup of about 18 yards on the play, enough for a East Central first down.
If you're going to stack coverage on top of Anston to prevent the big play, that means that if you run another receiver right next to him running a slant, that area of the field will be open. They're starting, the linebackers for Smithson Valley are starting to creep close to the line to stop the run. That interior of the field is going to be open. I wouldn't be interesting to see if they go deep with Anston again.
Bryant Kelly in the slot this time. Handoff, though. Up the middle is McClure, it appears. Yes, 39 for a gain of 3 yards. Second down now and 7 to go.
Moving that ball, grinding it out. Essential starting to get a little confidence. Something's different happening. Mix of JJ, mix of McClure.
Hitting Reginald Stewart, Jack Stewart, a little more than Anston Bryant Kelly in this game. Perhaps, as you said, we're double teaming. Smithson Valley double teaming Bryant Kelly. McClure with the speed around the outside, picks up another 5 yards. Kenyon McClure out to the 50-yard line.
Did you see that speed? I thought that play was washed out. He turned up gear, hit that edge, gained an additional 4 yards. Beautiful.
And let me remind you, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, Kenyon McClure, a running back last year as a freshman. I'm sorry, a linebacker last year as a freshman, converting himself this year to a pretty decent-looking running back.
At least early in this. Oh, offsides.
Offsides calls my colleague Barry Huff, and the referees will probably agree with him here. 5-yard penalty.
Wrong penalty. False start.
False start against the Hornets.
False start on the offense. And 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
So what happens is that there'll be shifts on the defensive front. They'll move back and forth. Defensive linemen, you can move all you want to. If it draws off the offensive line, which is supposed to stay set, good for you. But with that shift, that movement that Smithson Valley is doing, it gets the offensive lineman to think a little bit too much. And you get offsides.
2 receivers left. Christian Vela looks left, has pressure from Smithson Valley, and he's put down. Originally, the pressure from 99.
But picked up pretty well.
99 is Trey Moore, but 92 eventually Joel Herring with the tackle. You could call it 99 on the scare and 92 on the put down. 99 goes probably a good foot above Christian Vela.
92 is pretty big himself.
Hornets back to punt. Noah Chavez. No, not Noah Chavez punting tonight.
Great coverage.
Great coverage by the Hornets. Number 15, Zachary Vidal, eventually on the tackle. And we'll set up 1st and 10 for Smithson Valley at the 15-yard line. And fans, as you may or may not know, tonight was homecoming night here at East Central. We do congratulate our homecoming king and queen, the Queen Reese Gonzalez, and the King Christian Linsman, who, by the way, is out on the field tonight.
That's right. Christian Linsman is number 19. He is a wide receiver.
A strong stand again by the Hornets. They do manage to Smithson Valley get a couple of yards on the play, but tacklers were there. Call it a 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6 to go. And again, Barry, I'm just amazed by the size of that 77. You can see his number to the back of us now lining up on that line.
They're doing a pretty good job with regardless of his size, Essential's front four doing a pretty good job maintaining him. Oh, nice tackle. That's JJ.
Nice tackle by JJ, number 21, Juan Hernandez, playing linebacker tonight.
It's interesting. You're using your skill players. You're putting your best players on the field, keeping them on the field. That is okay. JJ is since he's getting lots of looks at linebacker, they're taking away some of his snaps at running back. But that is okay. I've seen JJ play since he was a little boy. When he was a little boy, he played on a team that would have 13 players. So he was a linebacker, safety, quarterback, running back. He's used to doing this double duty.
Running back Nutt finds a receiver, and the receiver does not find the ball in that case.
He was trying to make a play. He had already started running, so he dropped that ball. Ball was there, a little late, but it was there.
Smithson Valley Hornets hold the Smithson Valley to a third and make it a fourth down now and punting situation.
Yeah, 4th and 5, that first good run, but that defense holds. Again, another win on defense. One razzle-dazzle play from Smithson Valley, but now 2 stops on a really good Smithson Valley offense.
.25-yard net punt. Hornets will set up at the 40-yard line of Smithson Valley. 1st and 10, East Central.
I just want to make mention, I'm looking at our chat. There's a message from the Susan Stewart. She said that number 11, that's her son. Well, your son is playing very well. He's had 2 great catches. Hopefully you can see that on the video today, Miss Stewart.
You should be proud of Reginald, a.k.a. Jack. I saw your other son playing basketball the other day, Miss Stewart. He's another up-and-comer. We look forward to great stuff from him as well this year. Vela looks left, finds Mrs. Stewart's son for a nice gain of about 9 to 10 yards. Looks like it's going to be a Hornet first down. Yes, it is.
Do you think that he gets that athleticism from his mom?
Miss Stewart, the question has been posed. Is Jack's athleticism a trait passed down by you?
The answer is yes, of course. Of course.
Proud of all the mamas and papas out there watching their kids.
Absolutely.
Glad to have y'all there this Thanksgiving break eve. Hornets with the carry and a gain of about 2 yards on the play. That's number 4, Zion LeGrant.
He ran hard because he had big number 99, Trey Moore, on his back, and still there was a gain made. Essential is playing. This is a great first half so far. By the way, it's already second quarter, 6 minutes left.
Second down, East Central. 2 receivers wide to left, 1 in the nearer slot with 1 running back. Christian Vela sees the receiver right, tosses it over the top. Brian Kelly. Touchdown, East Central. Touchdown, Hornets. Christian Vela to Anston Bryant Kelly. Mark down 6 points on your tick sheet. That's a touchdown, East Central Hornets.
Christian Vela had all day to throw. He actually pumped one time. He saw Anston break free. The safety was late for Smithson Valley. That ball was right in the corner. What a throw. Wonderful catch. And it doesn't hurt that he's very tall.
Exciting. Point after attempt is up, and it's good. Noah Chavez with the extra point. East Central 7, Smithson Valley 7. 5:48 remaining in the second quarter.
2 stops on defense, a big drive, big long drive. East Central has found something. This is Smithson Valley. Smithson Valley is a great team, great discipline, just wonderful tradition. By the way, not only is it homecoming for East Central, it is also homecoming for Smithson Valley's coach. Larry Hill is a graduate, 1979 graduate of East Central High School. So, that being said, great wins for this current crop of East Central players.
Buy a yearbook. That's the message on our Jumbotron out here. And this would be a great memory to store in that yearbook, wouldn't it? Be a victory over Smithson Valley tonight. That would be something that would be talked about for a while, Barry.
Agreed. But also, this current crop of East Central players are going to be talking about, hopefully when they go into halftime, that they'll have something awesome to talk about and build upon for the second half. Because right now, they are playing great.
49 on kickoff duties is Daniel Gaona. The return man is number 19 for Smithson Valley, Braden Bafides.
Brought down, looks like by number 8, Christopher Jones.
Chris Jones, the cornerback, has made a couple of special teams plays. Actually, he made a touchdown saving tackle earlier on a kickoff return.
Flag on the field at the 20-yard line.
Flag on the field is holding against Smithson Valley. We'll bring that significant return back quite a bit.
The referee forgot his microphone was on.
Doing some nuh-uh to his fellow officials with the microphone at full volume.
I think what he was trying to tell him, he thought that they were going to mark off the penalty from the spot of the ball, but since it actually is a penalty from the spot of the foul.
That is a huge mark off. A difference of a good 25, 30 yards. Smithson Valley, 2 running backs, and the wide receiver took off a little bit early for the Rangers. So we're moving way back deep into the inside the 5-yard line mark. Still first down. Smithson Valley on the run. Running back number 4 for them.
Their
That's
quarterback.
Jalen Nutt, yes, sir.
They are really keen on him today. Smithson Valley's line is good. They are big. It's just that right now, East Central is so quick. Size matters little when you can outflank them, when you can shoot gap. And right now, East Central just has a little bit more get up in their step right now.
Nutt with 414 yards on the year. Seems like a little bit low number, but that's what the stats say. Smithson Valley out now to the 14-yard line. Brings up 3rd down now and 6 to go.
Smithson Valley is going to be ball control. They're going to run. You know, sometimes when you run, you get 3 yards here, 7 yards there, 1 yard there. But at the end of the game, with those big linemen, you start to break. And so he has a lot of carries. That yardage is pretty good.
Timeout, East Central. Correction, timeout, Smithson Valley. That is their first timeout of the half. 2 remaining. East Central will have all 3 timeouts remaining.
4 minutes, 23 seconds left on the clock.
Barry, I'd like to send a special shout out this evening if I can. We have a great teacher here at East Central by the name of Mary Jo Johnson, does great things with some special students. And Mary Jo's mom, Maggie Johnson, is watching tonight. We hope. She was watching our last game, and we hope she's watching tonight. Here she's a fan. Maggie Johnson, if you're out there, 2 thumbs up from me and Barry. We appreciate you listening.
Absolutely.
And you got a great daughter working here at East Central, by the way.
By the way, on the chat right now, of course, football games are way more than football. They are band. And I see Rose Garza. Rose Garza says, our band is playing some awesome music tonight. It's a full band. They're dressed sharp. They look good. They're distanced, but they are loud and powerful. Rose, thank you so much for reminding us that football is about the pageantry, not just simply the things that happen on the field.
And let me tell you, fans, we have received your feedback. You'd like to hear more of the band at halftime, so we do pledge that we're going to give you more band today during halftime. Nutt touched by a defender, and he's dragged down. Nutt throwing the ball as he's being brought down. I see no laundry on the field.
I feel that should have been a flag, but it matters not. What matters is that those athletes were getting after him. He had to get through two defenders, and that second defender brought him down. He had to throw the ball away so he wouldn't lose any yardage. That's some good coaching, by the way, by their quarterback's coach, making sure that they get rid of the ball and not lose the field position battle. But East Central, the third stop tonight.
Back to punt. Not a real deep punt, but it does take a Smithson Valley roll to the 50-yard line where it'll be downed.
By the way, one last thing, and I won't belabor this, but Miss Garza, thank you, Rose Garza, thank you so much for giving love to your athlete. Wood Williams in the house. Her musician is a flute player in the band, and that band, I guess maybe you're out here tonight. They are jamming right now, doing a little Michael Jackson, a little Thriller.
Speaking of little Michael Jackson, Barry, have you ever seen the Sammy Davis Jr. doing Michael Jackson's Bad?
All I know is that as talented as Sammy Davis was, he does the worst covers in the history of the universe.
Barry and I have been having a contest all day today. Who does the worst covers? If you haven't seen them, go look up Sammy Davis Jr. doing the theme from Shaft. That's all I'm going to say.
And Michael Jackson's Beat It.
And Michael Jackson's Bad. And you decide. You decide which Sammy Davis Jr. cover is the worst. Back to football. 5-yard gain by the Hornets to the 45-yard line.
East Central running McClure. They're putting a saddle on his back. That offensive line is together. They are really having their way with Smithson Valley's 3-man or even 4-man set.
Very surprising. I was warned about.
Oh my gosh! Almost
breaks it loose. Number 28 for the Hornets is Tavion Lott.
So they moved Tavion Lott from running back, put him in the slot, which is probably the better position for him. Get him in space. That is great adjustments, East Central coaching staff.
Barry, is that so he can build up his speed and be at full speed when he receives the ball? Or
absolutely. Because just imagine this. If they're going to run zone, you run to a spot on the field. Who can get to that spot faster than Tavion? Tavion has exceptional speed. Probably going to call timeout right here, by the way. For sure.
And timeout Hornets, their first timeout of the half. So 2 remaining for each squad.
So if you take Tavion, move from the backfield so it doesn't have to run in between the tackles, keep his jersey clean, let him be that receiver. He has good hands. He has exceptional track speed. It's a matchup made in heaven. That is the right position for him today. It was a good change. On the clock, it is 1 minute, 59 seconds left in the second quarter.
All right, here we go, fans. Just under 2 minutes to go in the first half. East Central Hornets putting on a show here on offense. And by a show, I mean they're just steady, but they're doing a great job. 4 wide receivers right, 1 left. Empty backfield, of course. Vela finds a running back and no gain on the play.
that was just maybe a little too cute on that play. And again, what that means is that they had so many people on that side. They had the receiver, they had slot, they had extra running back there. They knew that that was coming. It wasn't disguised that well, but because it wasn't disguised that well, Smithson Valley sniffed it out and were very quick to the ball.
Interesting here. We have Christopher Jones, number 8, who is a cornerback. He's lined up at wide receiver right now.
Punt.
Oh, we're in a point formation?
Mm-hmm.
Point formation. That would explain it.
Oh, another timeout.
Another timeout from East Central. Their second. 1 remaining. Smithson Valley still with 2.
Look at the bounce in the boys' steps. They're hustling to that. They are together.
On the other hand, look at Smithson Valley kind of just making their way into the huddle.
Smithson Valley has had some battles. They had to play Wagner game. They probably should have won. Wagner ended up coming victorious. And outside of that, they were undefeated so far in district. It's been one fight after another, with the exception of one game against South San. But other than that, there's one battle after another, and East Central is absolutely game.
Absolutely. And as you know, if you haven't heard or if you haven't been on this earth lately, we are in one of the toughest districts in the state. Any 3 or 4 or 5 teams from this district could make it quite a distance in the state playoffs.
Which is why this is an important game. With one loss for Smithson Valley and East Central giving them everything they're in this fight today. With a loss, that will put them outside of the hunt. So I'm extremely proud of the Hornets today, just playing hard.
Hornets back to punt. Get the punt off. Let's see how Smithson Valley does handling it this time. It'll be a touchback. Set the ball on the 20-yard line. First down, Smithson Valley. And Smithson Valley runs out to the field, ready to spend this last, what do we got left here, Barry? A minute left. See what they choose to do with this time. Nutt keeps the ball and decides to run this time. Hornet defender staying at home, but Nutt is such a great runner. He gets outside of all of them.
He is so fast. That was good blocking up front, no doubt. But the defenders were there. He's so quick, so shifty. What you're not seeing them do, you're not seeing them throw the ball that deep, not a lot of routes. They're just going to out-muscle East Central for now. They might take a shot, but right now it looks like they're content to run. That being said, empty backfield, trips left.
Nutt keeps and goes right. And nice defensive play by number 8, Christopher Jones.
Yeah, I think they're going to be content to run the ball. It's interesting that they ran out of bounds, 52 seconds left. They still have 2 timeouts. They emptied the backfield to simply do a quarterback draw, and that did not fool anybody. Only a gain of 1.
Third down now, 4 yards to go for the first down. See how this play goes, and that will certainly determine if we want to take a shot in the end zone after that.
I think this is going to be a post. They're going to run a post, that same post play. Ooh.
Big, strong tackle.
Look who that is.
By East Central, number 10, Cornell George. Timeout, East Central. So that is going to be short of the first down. We're about 2 yards short of the first down. Smithson Valley is. Cornell George on a big stop, big manly tackle.
So this is a tough decision for Smithson Valley. It's 40 seconds left before halftime. East Central just used their third and final timeout. It's 4th and 1. So and Smithson Valley is pinned deep in their own territory. Do you Smithson Valley go for this and hope that you get the first down, or do you punt it? Do you punt it away? Because
And-
East Central will have no timeouts in which to stop the clock.
Before you make your decision, think about what East Central did about this same spot on the field last time. Christian Vela putting it over the top
Yep.
to Anston Bryant Kelly. So if East Central is able to stop them here, there's a chance we'll put one in.
But it's also potential of Smithson Valley pulling another one of their trick plays. Although it does appear to be a puncher back, which is the smart play.
We got JJ back as a safety, or as a punt receiver, and a safety, I suppose, if there's any fakery going on.
Any trickeration.
Any fakeration, any trickerooski. And JJ's going to watch that one land, and Smithson Valley downs it at about the 40-yard line. 41, the referees will call it. 1st and 10 Hornets with 32 seconds on the clock. If you're wondering why I always delay when I send out the time, it's because I have to look around the corner. I don't have the best vantage point of our scoreboard here, so it takes me a second or two to look at the time. Takes a little bit of stretching as well.
The cool thing is that at least this time around, it looks like some of our camera operators are also helping us out a little bit. They're showing some of the time left occasionally. Again, that scoreboard is right. East Central 7, Smithson Valley 7.
Vela. Oh, it's picked off on the far sideline by number 13, Noah Flores.
Outstanding interception. That kid stretched out. Wow. That was amazing. That really was an amazing play.
Nothing wrong with the play call, a smart play, getting a short pass out to the sideline to stop the clock, but defenders were expecting it, and they were right on top of it, dashed right in there. And I'm doing your job, Barry, analyzing.
Well, no, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful call. It's just maybe the ball could have come out a little earlier, a little bit more zip, but man, outstanding interception.
Nutt calls for the ball, scrambling.
It's that one trick play.
And he is down.
That one trick play where they did all that stuff in the backfield, and and our secondary was ready for it. Good coaching. Fantastic adjustment. It's the exact same trick play.
It's that trick play where the quarterback, well, they send a receiver in motion, I believe. They fake the handoff to the receiver, do a little toss to the running back, maybe back to the quarterback. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on back there in a small area of the backfield. You never know what's going on, and eventually that ball pops up and it's down in the end zone. But as you said, our defense had it covered that time.
They did. Well done. So that's letting us know a couple of things about Smithson Valley. Smithson Valley runs. We had mentioned that before. There's not a lot of precision passes. Earlier this season, when we played Judson, there was some precision passing. When we played Kerrville, there was like short passes, long passes, deep ends, slants, posts. Here, it looks like they're content to run. They're trying to draw East Central's defense into really focusing on the run, and eventually they'll take their shots downfield when those shots come, when those receivers can run one-on-one with East Central's shorter secondary.
2nd and 16, Smithson Valley. Nutt drops back to pass. Threatened by the defense, tosses one up, and it is caught by number 80 for Smithson Valley, Dylan Domel. Smithson
Really
Valley
big.
rushes up to the line. Sorry, Barry, go ahead.
Really big guy. They threw it up. He was by himself. He was underneath the coverage.
On a shorter defender. Nutt downs the ball to stop the clock, and Smithson Valley will look to the sideline for a play here.
So once that ball is set, it's going to be 40-second It's going to be a 40-second, depending on the play clock. Right now it's at 32, 31 seconds to run a play. I wouldn't doubt if they call a timeout here. I think they call a timeout.
And fans, coming up at halftime, we're going to have a special interview with new East Central ladies athletic coordinator, Maggie Wellham, also our new softball coach.
That is the third and final timeout of the half.
And as we promised fans, we will save you some time to watch our outstanding Golden Hornet band. But stick around for both of those. Interview with new ladies athletic coordinator, Maggie Wellham, and softball coach. And then your East Central Hornet band coming up at halftime.
Really looking forward to that. James, I love how you make those calls. Again, you're the voice, pretty much the voice of almost every single sport here on the campus. You'll hear James's voice calling the games for softball. Softball has had a rich tradition here at East Central over the past few years, so I can't wait to see what that looks like in the spring.
And who did I learn it all from, Barry?
You learned softball from you.
No, I learned everything from you, sir. And that is a fact, fans. I learned it all from Barry. Nut on the keeper, tosses one up and just over the receiver's head. The defender might have played a little part in that one as well.
So looks like 1 second on the clock.
That was number 4, Zion LeGrant on the defense. 1 second is enough for anyone to do anything, Barry, especially when you're only 25 yards out.
That's true.
But it looks like Smithson Valley is going to try to kick a field goal. 39, the kicker, Austin Hosier, setting up from 42 yards out. And Hosier is good. Did we mention it's Smithson Valley's second leading scorer?
And he is the only kicker in the top 10 in scoring in our district.
Please have your attention directed towards the scoreboard. We will go over tonight's homecoming.
You remember that?
Jay, come at me.
Student council sponsors Mr. Steve Colorado and Miss Mary Jo Johnson. Miss Cory Newman and SFA. Mrs. Karen Wildman,
Big Day walk to your homecoming year, didn't
Mr. McGinnis and the video team. Associate Principal Exam and Trainer. Assistant Principal Ms. Teresa Rodriguez. And Principal Mr. Shane for their assistance with tonight's ceremony. Our candidates are voted on by their peers in their own schools. Student council would like to congratulate all of the candidates as you are all the winners this evening. Now we will begin the presentation of the homecoming. The candidates for freshman board and lady board. Isabella Esparza, daughter of Tito and Leonor Esparza. She is escorted by Ryan Canales, son of Eloy and Christy Canales. Peyton James, daughter of David and Melissa James. She is escorted by Alejandro Gonzalez, son of Raul and Jenny Gonzalez. She is escorted by Jeremy Obernoff, son of Javier and Linnell Obernoff. Kaylee Sepulveda, daughter of Andy and Christina Sepulveda. She is escorted by Tyson Toscano.
Past couple of years, we've had some outstanding stars. Can you tell me a little bit about what you know about this year's team and what are some of your goals with the team?
Absolutely. We're super excited for this season. We have been working really, really hard. I came in and with the COVID meeting, the girls and stuff had its challenges as so many of us are experiencing at this time. But the girls and I have fought through it to develop a really strong culture of hard work and discipline. And we are taking that alongside with all the talent that we have. And we're going to put it together to give us a really successful season this year.
Awesome, and I'm glad to always be a part of that. I'll be announcing most of your softball games, so looking forward to seeing you and the team out there. I've also seen you out on the court. I've seen you at the volleyball games, at the basketball games. So you're making your way around, and from what I hear, everybody around here enjoys you, enjoys seeing your smile and seeing what you're doing for us here. Where are you coming from, Coach Wellham?
I'm coming from Alamo Heights. I've been there the last 6 years. So prior to that, I was at Judson and Wagner High School.
Did you go to school here in San Antonio?
I did. I'm a MacArthur graduate.
A MacArthur graduate, playing what sports?
I ran cross country. I ran track. I played volleyball and basketball.
All around. Well, I was in band. What did you athletes think about us folks in band?
We enjoyed the
No,
band.
you didn't.
Yes, we
No,
did.
you didn't. You called us all nerds. Well, Coach Wellham, we are absolutely thrilled to have you here. I'm sure you're going to do great things for the women's program and for sports in general here at East Central High School. We look forward to seeing you on the softball field here coming up in when? When is our first game? Months away, weeks away?
We're months away. We're starting January 15th, and so we're excited to get started. In January, the UIL gave us an additional week, so we get to start early. Then we go into scrimmages, and we don't start our season games until mid-February.
Sounds great. Well, Coach Wellham, your boss, Coach Areola, is right here behind you.
Yes.
Anything you want to say while she's listening?
Yes, I'd like to thank her for all the opportunity and the leadership and the guidance. I really am enjoying my time at East Central. I love it here, and I'm really, really excited to give y'all a great softball season.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Maggie Wellham, if you see her around, say hello to her. She'll be glad to meet you, and you'll certainly be glad to know her. Thanks to you.
Thank you.
And folks, we're going to give you some time to watch the remainder of the homecoming ceremonies here, including the crowning of the king and queen, followed up by our band performance at halftime. We'll let you loose for a while. Enjoy the rest of the halftime facilities. Barry and I will be back for third and fourth quarter action.
Congratulations to the sophomore Duke and Duchess. Now, the presentation of our homecoming junior prince and princess. The candidates are Mary Elena Alonso, daughter of Yvonne Coronado. She is escorted by Caden Pasenko, son of Terry and Casey Pasenko. Selena Huerta, daughter of Pablo and Joanne Huerta. She is escorted by Mauricio Delgado, son of Miguel and Priscilla Delgado. Show, son of John Show. Andrea Ruiz, daughter of Orlando Ruiz and Luisa Solis. She is escorted by Zachary Zamaripa, son of John and Melissa Zamaripa. The 2020 homecoming junior prince is Kaden Basenko. The 2020 homecoming junior princess is Juliana Moreno. Congratulations to the junior prince and princess. Our final event of this evening's ceremony is the crowning of the 2020 homecoming king and queen. The candidates are Haley Alvarado, daughter of Joe and Noah Alvarado. She is escorted by Ricardo Ayala, son of Jose Ayala and Yolanda Garcia. Ashley Calzoncillo, daughter of Fernandez and Walter Calzoncillo. She is escorted by Santiago Garcia, son of Santiago Garcia and Esther Martinez Garcia. Reese Gonzalez, daughter of Matthew and Nicole Gonzalez. She is escorted by Christian Winsman, son of Derek and Rosalie Winsman. Angelina Torres, daughter of Michael and Leslie Torres. She is escorted by Francisco Sanchez, son of Frank and Lorena Sanchez.
I know what it is. Why is it in one?
The 2020 homecoming king is Christian Winsman. I am humbled to be on this court and thank everybody who felt that I deserved their vote. These past 4 years in high school have come and went faster than I ever imagined they would. I often forget this is my last year at East Central, as junior year ended in spring. Nevertheless, I am very pleased with how things turned out. The fact that I was voted onto this board tells me that I did enough right by my peers to feel like I will not soon forget. Homecoming queen is Reese Gonzalez. I would just like to thank my amazing family and teachers who have made me the person I am today. Special thanks again to Mr. Shane McKay and Ms. Teresa Rodriguez for crowning our court this year. This concludes the 2020 homecoming ceremonies. Again, congratulations to all of the candidates and winners this evening. Stefo says, go Hornets, MPR,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the field members of the East Central Golden Hornet Band. The Golden Hornet Band is under the field direction of drum majors Tobias Mosley, Javier Pantoja, and Meg Tao. Calling our officers are Colonels Emma Sinclair and Lizzie Vasquez. This week's section of the week is the front ensemble. This week's band member of the week is Gavin Kennemore. This week's guard member of the week is Faith Lasso. Special recognition goes to band members of the senior class of 2021. Tonight, the Golden Hornet Band is proud to feature the East Central Color Guard with Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. The award-winning East Central Honeybee Varsity Dance Team and Golden Star Drill Team. Golden Star officers are Lieutenant Colonel Cadence Allen, Colonel Pamela Cervantes Stewart. Golden Stars of the week is Gabriela Martinez and Cassidy Pena. Honeybee officers are Second Lieutenant Ariana Ramirez, First Lieutenant Miranda Nunez, Major Juliana Moreno, Lieutenant Colonel Catherine Prince, Colonel Zaylee Maldonado. Honeybee of the week is Ariela Rodriguez. Masters to seniors, we love you and wish you the best on all your future endeavors. Continue to be great and always remember, once a Hornet, always a Hornet. Honeybees under the direction of Ricky Colomba and Monica Barkley. Directors of the Hornet Band are Ron Garza, Thomas Espenigildo, Doug Johnson, and Rick Mendoza. The Hornet Band, Honeybees, and Golden Stars would like to thank Principal Shane McKay, Superintendent Paul Toscano, and Athletic Director Suzanne Moreno. Good night, and as always, go Hornets!
Did you see Who I saw the cotton candy? It's literally right there.
Hey. Put your mask on. Even when you eat.
No, only tonight. I want to go back. It's the one that had the grilled popcorn. No, we never asked. They said no.
Jay Reed,
Oh, nothing.
Justin 21-3.
No, it's 21-6. It's literally
21-3.
It's not 6. There was the final. We have an official soap. Literally right there.
You might be right. I got a score 30 a few minutes ago. I just checked it.
I'm sure they're winning right now.
Yep. My last score I got is 21-3. Okay, just wait, man.
Your son is blind. Because he saw some punishment right there.
And reintroducing your Essential Hornet.
Smithson Valley 10. I'm joined by my colleague Barry Huff. My name is James Bryant. We welcome you here once again to Hornet Stadium. Barry, talk about the first half. Any highlights, lowlights?
The one thing that really stands out, first of all, the adjustments that East Central has made. You're seeing skill position players, Juan Hernandez. You're seeing lots of players like him going both ways. I saw several players for the Hornets specifically. I saw there's several players that are going two ways. Juan Hernandez, Zachary Shook, several players going both ways, and it's really paid off. Of the 5 possessions that Smithson Valley had in the first half, 3 were stopped by the defense, and a lot of people making those stops were those players that primarily were used on offense. And then there seemed to be an eruption by a new running back, a running back normally associated with linebacker on the varsity level, Kenyon McClure.
Number 5.
Awesome.
Kenyon McClure, last year a linebacker, as Barry said, fulfilling the duties well as a running back this year. Go ahead, Barry.
No, it's been really amazing to watch. The offensive line has been moving those players off the Smithson Valley defensive line off ball. It was just a great combined first half. Lots of energy, lots of excitement. Guys flying around, flying to the ball, and timely passing by Christian Vela. Great catches. Speaking of which, can you tell them about that 30-yard touchdown?
That 30-yard touchdown was roughly on the 30-yard line, as you mentioned. Christian Vela at the quarterback position. We'll talk about that here momentarily. Sees an open receiver in the form of Anston Bryant Kelly, in the right corner of the end zone. Sees him over the top and just flies the ball up there where only he can catch it, very deep and in the corner of the end zone. It's a 30-yard touchdown pass from Vela to Bryant Kelly. And Barry, you mentioned the first sentence coming into this half, adjustments, and you just barely touched on the big adjustment for today, and that is Christian Vela at quarterback.
Christian Vela. It was interesting watching prior to the game. Maybe there was the thought of possibly seeing Caden Basenko. Caden Basenko was hurt a few weeks ago. He looked healthy or looked healthier. And then Christian Vela gets back underneath the center. And Christian Vela, again, stepped in admirably, is still stepping in admirably, accurate, makes those passes, makes tough passes, and he also makes so many plays with his feet. It was 3rd and 10 earlier. He ran a quarterback draw, hit that hole fearlessly. And as a slot receiver, you have to be fearless going against bigger, powerful safeties and linebackers. That is not new to him. And when he tucked that ball in, he's a threat with his feet, with his arm. He's good vision. He's really stepping in, filling in more than admirably.
And in addition to being fearless, when you're that slot receiver and you're wandering around amongst linebackers and safeties, you got to be quick too. And Christian Vela definitely is quick. He's making those quick runouts when necessary. He's jotting up the middle and getting through that front line when necessary quickly. Another great quality for Christian Vela, number 12, the quarterback tonight, his quickness.
Absolutely. But again, he is good field general right now. But essential, we kicking off. We'll see what the defense can do. If Smithson Valley is able to hold on to this ball, it'll be their 6th possession. We'll see what that defense can continue to do with these two-way players. It is the second half. You had a chance to go inside, do some adjustments, but also the lactic acid starts building up and you get a little bit tired, and it's all about the work that you did in the offseason. It's things that you did to get ready for the season. We'll see what type of conditioning our athletes have, because, again, we have a lot of players on the sideline. You depend on people to go two ways. That's quite a gamble. It's quite a gamble. But so far, paying off.
Another point to be made is that, we looked at the beginning of the game at the size of Smithson Valley and the potential for them just to wear us down. That offensive line, I will say, pardon my interruption, we're just listening to the officials' call. It's a delay of game as the Smithson Valley was late getting out onto the field, I believe.
Yeah, 5-yard penalty. It happens.
As I was saying, though, there has not been that huge challenge from the Smithson Valley defensive line, perhaps because they've been devoting more resources out to the wideouts. But that has not been a battle that I've seen Smithson Valley just totally dominating today. Number 80 on the return, he's the one that made the touchdown earlier for Smithson Valley, taken down at the 37.
It's like 36 Hayden Northeast.
And checking the officials' mark, they're all over the place. Looks like maybe the 35 when they finally get settled down there. Offsides penalty against the Hornets on the kick. And that penalty will be marked off at the end of the return.
The Hornets right now are really amped. We'll see if that'll translate to some aggression on the field. But again, great first half. Now it's all new.
Nutt, the quarterback, hands off to running back number 32. He's dragged down, perhaps for a gain of 1 on the play. Running back number 32, Travis McCracken.
Brought down by Juan Hernandez, who is having a monster game at linebacker today.
And Barry, is Juan normally a linebacker?
He was growing up. Seeing him play for many youth teams, he was a linebacker, a running back. But more importantly, with linebackers are basically the running backs of the defense. The front line is opening up holes, and the linebackers are running through to make plays.
Another one of those adjustments you mentioned, JJ in it, linebacker, and Kenyon McClure taking his spot as the primary running back for the evening. Jaden Nutt, the leading rusher for Smithson Valley on the carry, makes it out to the 50, call it the 47-yard line.
Brought down by Tavion Lott, who is also a two-way player.
Third down now, 3 yards to go for Smithson Valley. Ball at the 47. Play being shuttled in by number 4, Jaden Nutt, who went over the sideline this time for the play. Nutt signaling with a hand clap. Hands off again to 21. Hoskins, their second leading rusher, with a big pickup for the first down.
They're getting to the edge. Now they're starting to assert themselves. Now, this is what we were expecting to see from Smithson Valley. Our boys need to stay up. Again, it is tough. You have to play 4 quarters of football, not 2 quarters of football. But we'll see what happens. Smithson Valley will not be throwing that much, but I wouldn't doubt maybe play action here. Big receiver closest to us.
Number 5 nearer to us. Nutt hands off to the running back, who has blockers in front, which manages to shuttle him down for another 14-yard gain. First down, Smithson Valley.
Lots of substitutions for Smithson Valley.
Several of the running backs go out, perhaps a couple of extra wide receivers, and yes, 2 up high, 1 down below with a H-back on the left. And Nutt chooses to run it himself. Well, perhaps the play was designed that way.
It was. Again, they're starting to lean on the smaller East Central defense. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the defensive line has to be big, because East Central is going to be they want to be quick. And sometimes the quicker players are the smaller players.
Sebastian Martinez, number 90 on the tackle. Smithson Valley quickly to the line, as they always are, quickly and efficiently to the line. Nutt hands off to the running back on the right side, number 32. Number 32 is Travis McCracken.
Substitutions from East Central, more than likely to the defensive front. Yep, there they go. East Central countering with substitutions. I like that. We'll see what happens. It's 3rd and short.
3rd and 3, it appears. Nutt sends 1 receiver high, 1 receiver low. A lot of folks up on the line, 1 back, and Nutt keeps it himself, goes right side, and he is put down with a nice shot. Looks like number 3, Trayshawn Johnson.
Great defense. Again, East Central still flying to the ball. Special love to, looks like Ashley Calson Seat happens to be the older sister of a student that I currently teach. Abbott in the house. Thank you so much, Ms. Onofre, for talking about your students there.
Smithson Valley 1st and 10, ball at the 22-yard line. Wide receiver left is number 6. Nutt with the keeper around the right side, gets wide again, and Smithson Valley having a lot of success on the outside, especially that right side to this point.
This is Smithson Valley football right here. We'll see what the athletes do. And they take a deep breath. Got a hold. Now it's going to be 1st and goal. 1st and goal. We'll see what they can do.
Nutt again shuttling the plays in himself, back and forth to the sideline. Receiver way wide left, hands off to the running back up the middle, and the fight will put them just
Touchdown.
over the end zone area.
Nope.
No, the referees are going to call it just short.
You see where they're running behind. Leading the way, they have an outstanding size for their interior linemen. You have 77, who we mentioned earlier for Smithson Valley, Colton Thomason. We have 78, James Etheridge. It's interesting that number 77, Colton Thomason, the biggest player on the line, only a sophomore.
Biggest player on the field, no doubt.
No doubt.
Nutt hands off to 21 inside, and that's going to be a touchdown, Smithson Valley. Quarterback Nutt hands off to Gabe Hoskins. And Hoskins into the end zone for 6 points for Smithson Valley.
No gadget plays at all. Simply run hard, run hard, run hard.
You can almost count on this extra point by Austin Hosier, second leading scorer for Smithson Valley. That's saying a lot. And it is good.
That might have been good from 40 yards.
And there was one good from 40 yards earlier this evening, 42-yarder that was made by Hosier. (17-7) now the score. Smithson Valley over the Hornets.
6 minutes, 25 seconds left in the third period.
And you hear the sounds of East Central percussion entertaining the crowd. We highlighted the crowd on the far side, Smithson Valley, probably at about 10% capacity in our bleachers. Here on the home side, Wild Bear, we got a huge turnout in our general admission seating, almost packed, at least as much as we legally can.
Well said.
And in here in our reserve section, it has managed to fill up quite a bit more. But a very nice turnout for homecoming night, considering all the restrictions we have on seating. Glad to have so many fans out tonight. Great night for football, by the way. We're at about 65, 68 degrees. Light wind, beautiful field, beautiful fans. And let's continue with some beautiful football.
Yes,
Number
sir.
39 to kick off, Austin Hosier.
He can really kick. Look at that.
Ball handled by number 3, Trayshawn Johnson. And Johnson eventually brought down at the 16-yard line.
Let's see what those Hornets can do.
Number 30, Garrison Eggleston, and others on the tackle. Cole Douglas also in on the tackle.
Now, East Central doesn't have to score right away. Well, it would be great since it's just the third quarter, 6 minutes left. Back-breaking 12-play drive, 10-play drive. Doesn't have to have big yardage. Just simply drive down the field, making sure that defense gets some rest. That was a tough drive by Smithson Valley.
Single wide receivers top and bottom. Vela hands off to the running back far side, turns the corner, and puts a hit on the defender. That's number 39, Kenyon McClure, and a starring role tonight.
They look like they have him contained, and somehow he turns the corner every time. Just an outstanding run.
Kenyon McClure going Smithson Valley on Smithson Valley.
But he couldn't do that without those big boys up front. Those big boys doing very well.
You got that right. Of course, referring to those outside runs that Smithson Valley has had so much success on. Kenyon McClure showing his version of the same. Nice run by the converted linebacker.
But that time,
I don't believe that was McClure. It looks like that might have been number 30.
no, it was 39.
39 it is, McClure.
They tried to test that same side if they were ready. They put a little blitz on. That time they ran to the short side of the field. If you look at the field, you'll notice that there was those dotted lines. They ran towards the far side dotted lines or the far side hash, and hoping that the running back would cut up early. But Smithson Valley was too quick, too strong.
Trips right. That means 3 receivers on the right side of the quarterback, Vela. All looking towards Vela, waiting for a pass decision to be made, and it's caught. Oh, no. Dropped by Anston Bryant Kelly. It was in his hands.
It was in his hands. It was a little tall, so he had to go up and get it. And Brian Anston Kelly, 6'7", 6'5", something like that.
And dunks very easily.
6'5". So he threw it a little high. Anston just wasn't quite there, but it could have been a first down. So here we go. Central getting ready to punt. Put the ball back in Smithson Valley's hands.
Smithson Valley really deep, expecting another great punt from the Hornets.
Oh, it was a great punt. Great punt.
We're talking about a 55, 60-yard punt after the roll.
Nice.
And we'll set up 1st and 10, Smithson Valley at the 30-yard line.
High school that will connect students to leadership and management positions in retail, hospitality and tourism, and the e-commerce industries.
Gain of about 2, maybe 3 on the play. We'll bring up 2nd down now and 7. Ball at the 32, maybe 33-yard line. They're a little bit more precise with their markings here in the varsity level, aren't they, Barry?
Yes. I can tell you, sometimes it seems that the sub-varsity level, those referees want to go home.
They might tend to put the ball on just the nearest yard line and get on with it.
Let's go.
Nutt with another wide run.
Great tackle
by number 4 for the Hornets. Zion LeGrand. Go ahead, Barry.
No, that was just a great call. I mean, great tackle. He fought through that because he was being blocked well. He finally fought through that block, stopping a Nut who was having a great game running the ball.
And we do have a flag on the field.
Looks like they're still talking about it.
Holding against Smithson Valley. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Back it up and repeat 2nd down. The referee's talking about where we're going to start marking it off from. It'll be from the spot of the foul.
Should be. Yes, it is.
And, you talk about a great tackle, which it was, but nevertheless, it's a 5-yard run, and you can't take too many 5-yard runs in a game and be on the winning end.
That's true, especially Smithson Valley starting to lean on the Hornet defense. Guys looking a little tired, not as sharp as they were before. Oh, great stop.
Great stop. First hit in the backfield by number 21, JJ. JJ slowed him down, and he was tackled by another host of Hornets. But the first touch by Juan Hernandez in the backfield, loss of 1 on the play.
Speaking of loss, it is not lost on us, your announcers, that JJ, number 1, he is the number 1 leading rusher for the Hornets. And it takes a special kid to give that up to help his team out. And just kudos to the coaching staff. Kudos to JJ stepping in to help his team out.
There's a flag on the play.
That was quite a catch.
Ball was caught. Wait for the referee's decision on that, but probably going to be interference against the Hornets.
Again, Smithson Valley does not throw a lot. They throw these 9 routes where the receiver is just running straight down the field. He had a bead on the
pass interference. It is. Go ahead, Barry.
The receiver ran past. I believe it was Jones, and it was just ball was right in his hands. Fantastic throw.
Christopher Jones, not but about 6 inches away from that receiver, and he was tight on him. Christopher knew the ball was coming. He just couldn't make up that extra 6 inches.
Great throw. First deep throw he's thrown all night. That wasn't part of a trick play.
True story. And we're resetting here for some reason. Another referee's stopping the action. And we'll talk over. I believe they're having microphone problems. The referee pointing to his microphone or his whistle or something. Conferring with coach, pointing up to the press box, I believe, or so some sort of technical difficulty going on here. Officials timeout. Coach Hubbard getting on the microphone, contacting whoever he contacts. looking up here in the booth area. We're probably going to be maybe shutting those referee mics off or getting an exchange microphone. We don't know what's going on here, but some sort of technical difficulty going on with the referees.
Possibly.
And I say that because the referee was pointing to his collar area where I believe his microphone is probably clipped on, conferring with Coach Hubbard over here on the East Central Hornets sideline.
Remember, do not whistle from the stands.
So we found out, guys, that very interesting. Apparently, there were some people blowing whistles from the stands, and that was a bit confusing, as I can imagine it would be. So officials have instructed our stadium announcer to announce to the fans, please no whistleblowing from the stands, and that's what our delay was all about. In the meantime, Nutt, the quarterback for Smithson Valley, on the run, didn't catch it, Barry. What happened there?
So he hit the interior line. He bounced out, and he was brought down by number four, Zion LeGrant. The official has his hat off. So what that means, one of two things. It means that there are either two penalties. He threw a flag and he threw his hat, or maybe the receiver ran out of bounds and ran back in. But I believe really there were two penalties on that play. Against who? I don't know. There we go.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Hornets and against Smithson Valley.
So it was a gain of 4 yards. They're taunting a little bit. The referee's doing a good job of keeping that in control because sometimes athletes jaw and it gets in the way of the action.
Barry, did you ever do any jawing from the bench?
Yes. Good job, guys. Would you like a towel? That was about the extent of my jawing.
2nd down and 6. Smithson Valley chooses to run again. New running back, number 8, is Justin Avery.
Yet another senior. They have these stable of senior skill players that are just so quick with the ball. Good blocking up front.
Indication from the sideline referee that is a first down, moving the chains on the far side. 1st and 10, Smithson Valley. Quarterback Nutt and several substitutions making their way into the huddle. Nutt alone in the backfield now. 2 receivers up high along with one in the slot area. Nutt keeps it himself, goes right side again.
Some good blocks.
Some great blocks.
Number 88 really sealed that edge.
Will Ford.
That was an outstanding block. Some of the things that the athletes do, they don't show up in the stat sheets, and you'll hear announcers say that, but it's just really beautiful to watch. The athletes sacrificing personal accolades to help other people out. It's really neat to watch.
Not this time with running backs on both sides. Hands off to the right side running back, and he is pulled down quickly in the backfield. That's number 8 again, Justin Avery. Tadion Lott slow getting up for the Hornets, and officials will call an official timeout. And nice round of applause. A young man making his way at his own power to the sideline. Should be okay.
That's the risk that you run sometimes when you have outstanding athletes. You put your best athletes on the field, and if you make it if you gamble and have your players playing both defense and offense, that's just a lot of plays. And sometimes athletes get hurt. Tavion made a great tackle, dinged up a little bit. Hopefully, we'll see him back out there. But most importantly, next man up, next man on the field, ready to make a play.
Barry, did you ever get any splinters while you were sitting on the bench or anything of the sort?
Thankfully not. I probably would have quit at that point. I probably would have quit.
Number 4, Lott, up the middle for a touchdown, Smithson Valley. Jalen Nutt, as we said, leading rusher for Smithson Valley, showing his stuff and really enjoying some freedom on that right side of the line, Barry.
Right side of the line, can't say it enough. He looks big, and it doesn't matter if you look big or not. It matters can you play. And that big fella, number 77, Colton Thomason, and others can play.
You have to really credit the blocking because I've seen people removed. I've seen personnel as the extra point is good. I've seen personnel removed from that side. I've seen extra personnel added to that side. Different formations and different things going on the right side. But in every case, blocking is taking place, and Nutt is making his way through that right side.
And so East Central has to make a decision. Is it they're including the 13 seconds that are on the clock? There's officially 12 minutes and 12 minutes and 13 seconds left in the game. Do you suddenly start throwing all over the field, or do you stay with the game plan and run the ball? If you throw, there's a potential that the passes are going to be dropped and the clock stops, meaning that potentially that Smithson Valley will get the ball back with a lot of time. Or do you do what's worked for you so far, where East Central has mixed it up, heavy dose of running, some passing. We'll see what they choose to do.
Smithson Valley showing no signs of slowing down on that run. I say you got to get a quick one here, Barry, and then make decisions following that.
True.
Score that quick touchdown, then start making decisions. You'll be down to about 10, 11 minutes. You'll be a touchdown and a field goal behind at that point. Then we can start making some decisions. But we need 2 touchdowns at least now. Let's get one of them now. Return man is number 26, Michael Aguilar. Barry, that's the name we've been calling in past weeks. Michael Aguilar has been a stud on running kickoffs back. This is our first call for Michael tonight.
I love when he gets the ball. Here's again, like Christian Vela, no fear, run hard. He just runs straight ahead. He has good speed. East Central does have some skill in that backfield. Pretty deep.
Michael Aguilar is one of the players that the coach, one of East Central coaches, did highlight to me earlier before the game to keep an eye on. And unfortunately, we haven't seen much of Michael, which may not be a bad thing since he does run back kickoffs.
Right. We saw him too much. That'd be sad.
Quarterback handoff up the middle.
He hits those holes hard.
Kenyon McClure up the middle. You're right, Barry hits the hole hard. The buzzer indicates the end of 3. Barry, so I don't have to stretch my neck again. What is the score?
The score, Rangers 24 and our East Central Hornets 7.
Thank you, sir. I was talking with one of East Central coaches before the game, and he said he'd like to send a special recognition to one player in particular who is really making great strides this year, has made East Central proud, has done some things that a normal player will not do every year. Special shout out to Zach Shook, number 32. Coaches appreciate what you've done this year, Zach. And it's also always nice to recognize a young man like that when coaches are so high on what he's done.
Absolutely.
First down and second down now, and 5 to go. Vela hands off to McClure. McClure with a gain of 2 on the play to the 25-yard line. Third down now, 3 to go. Jack Stewart alone here on the near sideline. Has not seen action, Barry, maybe since the first quarter.
He had several passes go his way. But after that one interception, well, it wasn't even a pass to him, but they haven't run many routes his way, have many plays go his way.
You wonder why. Well,
there he goes.
On that note, Jack Stewart with the reception over the middle. Call me a Swami.
Deep slant. Did you see that ball was on time, on target, beautiful? There are holes in the back of that defense in every secondary. Let's just be real. But that was a great throw by Christian.
One-on-one, and I see nobody tending that way to give that cornerback a hand this time. Well, no safeties moving over this time to keep an eye on Jack. This time Christian runs the left side. There you go, Barry. Just what we talked about earlier. Christian Vela with speed in traffic, quickness in traffic. Talk Barry.
Great decision making. He's quick. He made one person miss, a little shifty, but those blockers in front, those running backs, just laid the way, as well as those big boys up front on the line.
Vela looks left, finds Jack on the double coverage. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Ball is caught. Yes, indication is it's a reception.
Oh my gosh!
Reginald Stewart, number 11. You will not see a better pass this game for sure, pass and reception, than that one right there.
The reception was made. It was placed where only he could catch it. He's long. He used his length, caught the ball. His hands were out of bounds, but his feet were inbounds. Just used his length. It's absolutely beautiful.
Double covered, one man a foot short of Jack, one man a foot long of Jack, and that ball dropped right in between them. Jack Stewart's two hands up and grabs the football.
Beautiful.
Jack Stewart, may we mention, is also a basketball player. Used to jumping up and grabbing the ball. Nice work.
This is the same formation that was a touchdown to
Bryant Kelly up top.
It's the same. It's going to him.
Vela looks to him. Yes, sir. You made the call, Barry. And they're double covered this time. Nice call. Barry Huff on the call.
Now, if I could see that, of course, Smithson Valley saw that as well. But it was still, it was almost the same distance and everything.
Yeah, pretty much the exact same spot. Two receivers down low. Bryant Kelly up top. Nobody looking at him except this time two defenders.
You know, there's really nothing wrong with going to something and the other team knowing. The question is, will our athletes beat the other team's athletes? And Christian Vela put trust in Anston Kelly, and that is what you want to see. Good job, good decision. Just we'll need a better throw next time.
This time, Vela a little off from the pass. Would have taken another spectacular catch by Jack Stewart that time.
They are going to try to kick a field goal.
Speaking of which, Miss Susan Stewart, Jack's son. No, Susan is not Jack's son. Susan Stewart, Jack's mom, very proud of her son, saying he ate his Wheaties.
Which, by the way, is probably the least tasty cereal known to my family.
Send your email to Barry Huff.
Oh my gosh.
The field goal is
no good.
No good. Had the distance a little to the left. Christian Vela holding for Noah Chavez. I thought that one was in, Barry.
Got to trust the officials.
Watch the replay.
Wait a minute.
Well, we have a little delay on our Facebook, and I'm watching it now, and it's just a little off. Nice attempt.
Safety and security is our top priority. If you're in an unsafe situation, please report it on the 4 easy ways.
Smithson Valley running back goes right. A little extracurricular pushing and shoving after the play. All over with now. 32, the running back, is Travis McCracken.
So proud of the Hornets tonight. There were some tough lumps that we took, that the boys took within this season against other teams. Smithson Valley is no slouch. They are a good, solid, amazing football team with one loss coming into district. East Central has been game all night.
Beyond holding their own, yes, sir. Nutt claps once, hands off to his running back inside for a gain of another 3 yards. It'll bring up third down now and 3 for Smithson Valley. Number 10 for the Hornets on the tackle is Cornell George, along with friends. Nutt with the carry, stopped just past the line of scrimmage, maybe for a gain of 1. Let's credit everybody in gold and black on that tackle. Safeties up on that one, including number 3, Trayshawn Johnson. Definitely the front line. Linebackers in on that one. All personnel on the stop. Fourth down now and 2. Smithson Valley going for it. Will they run right? No, they're trying to
draw them off sides.
Pull the Hornets off sides.
They're going to let the play clock go down to 3, 2, 1, timeout.
And timeout, Smithson Valley. Smithson Valley's first time out of the second half. They'll have 2 remaining, and East Central with all 3 remaining. Homecoming night here at East Central High School. Once again, we'd like to congratulate, for the mothers and fathers out there, our homecoming queen, Reese Gonzalez, and our homecoming king, Christian Lensman. Very proud of both folks for the efforts and the great things they do here at East Central High School.
Now, for those people at home, you're listening, of course, to the East Central Band. You can't see them from your screen there, but they are just jamming tonight. Looking big and proud.
Looks like the full band tonight, Bear. We've had a smaller version in past games, obviously due to you know what. But looks like we got a full band tonight, spaced out nicely and making some nice sounds, nice jams. The East Central Hornet Band. You know, I was in band, Barry, when I was in high school.
What was your instrument?
I was a percussionist. I played, let's not talk about my freshman year because I hate what I did when I was a freshman.
The pit?
No, well, you know, back then we didn't have much of a pit. Pits were just coming on. Everything we do, we had to carry out on the field. And I actually played bells when I was a freshman. All right, moving on to my sophomore year. I played snare drum sophomore, junior, and senior years. Really enjoyed my years in band, as I'm sure every band member out there does as well. Something you'll never forget, your experiences in band. East Central on the quarterback keeper, Christian Vela, fakes to the running back, Trayshawn Johnson, and takes it himself for a gain of about 5 yards on the play.
We have mentioned a few times that the big boys up front for East Central have been playing really well. Shot out from one of the mothers of the big boys of the left tackle, Wade Williams. His mother just said she's really proud of her son, really proud of him, as well as that offensive line, doing a great job blocking today.
And they do enough blocking for another couple of yards this time by number 4, Zion LeGrant. Third down now, 3 yards to go for the Hornets. Jack Stewart down bottom, Bryant Kelly up top with 2 receivers in the slide up top, and a little bit of movement, no flag called. And a nice tackle by number 99 for the Hornets. A correction for Smithson Valley, Trey Moore. Yeah, Trey Moore is one we were told to watch this evening, but I believe that might be the first time we've called his number tonight.
He's we called him once before when he put a pressure on the quarterback earlier, but really he's done a good job keeping him in check a little bit, but just stopped by the defense.
And Smithson Valley holds on first down, on 4th down, which brings up a first down. Smithson Valley at their own 43-yard line.
Some people might say, why in the world would you go for it on 4th down? Well, it's 5 minutes, 23 seconds left in the game. And as James said earlier, they need some scores. So they press the point a little bit. And unfortunately, Smithson Valley, their defense held. Now it's time for our boys to go get that ball back. See if we can at least put one more score up before the end of the game. 5 minutes, 23 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
As one of my favorite fans says, get that ball back, boys. I'm not sure who it is, but I always hear him outside the broadcast booth window. Get that ball back, boys. Christopher Jones on the defensive play, influencing that running back out of bounds.
He has really tough assignments. Chris Jones, he has good size, really good size, and he draws. It seems like every night's drawing a 6'5", 6'4", 6'3", slightly taller, slightly bigger wide receiver.
Number eight, you're looking at him at the bottom of your screen. Go ahead, sorry.
And he has been really up to the task. Tough assignments every game night.
Wow. Everybody, student body, all squeezed in tight on the line. And they run it right up the middle there. 21, the running back, Gabe Hoskins.
Smithson Valley is content to kind of be a little slow coming to the line. After every running play, you have 40-second runoff or up to 40 seconds to snap the ball. Right now, the play clock is 12 seconds left. The game clock is 4 minutes, 30 seconds. And they're snapping it like when it's 2 seconds left.
I notice, I'll finish this thought after this play. Pass complete to number 5 for Smithson Valley, Will Strachan.
The defense was there. The receiver just kind of set up in the zone. There's a little bitty window. Good throw, great catch, and thankfully the Hornets were able to put him down. But just great execution by the Rangers.
Just a great pass, great catch. Probably could have tightened up a little bit on defense. There were 2 defenders there who might have been a little bit closer to that receiver if they had a premonition of what the result was going to be.
I think they were looking in the backfield. A lot of times, Essential's been caught looking because Rangers do a lot of running. Smithson Valley does a ton of running, and so when they sneak a pass in, it's a shock. Oh my gosh, there's a pass, and the passes, as the game has worn on, have been on target. Have been pretty good. Essential playing a little soft in the secondary, again, expecting a run.
Timeout was called by Smithson Valley. That's their second of the half, 1 remaining.
Special thanks to the people who are the kids, the audio-visual teams that are running the cameras tonight. You'll see a great shot of the scoreboard. They've really grown as a team these 3 games that we've done online. It is tough figuring out what's going to be the best way to use to use the camera. Are they going to take pictures of the scoreboard? Which are they going to have wide angles? What are they going to do? The boys and girls, the young men and women have done a great job for us.
Special thanks also to Brandon Oliver, our marketing and communications director for the district. He and his great staff, by the way.
Yes.
Wish I had some names for you, but the great staff under Brandon Oliver, setting this all up today, getting this YouTube and Facebook broadcast running for us. You know, about 8 weeks ago, has it been 8 weeks? 6 or 7 weeks ago, Barry and I got the call. And by the call, I mean 10 minutes before game time, we were told, hey, you're going to go online live on Facebook and YouTube and broadcast the game. It was news to us. We weren't prepared for the game. We were just here up in the booth, going to enjoy the game like any other fan. And hey, we got the word. You're going to do a live broadcast, and we were here for it. We have thoroughly enjoyed doing it this season. I hope you have enjoyed hearing us do what we've done. Sam Delgado is the name of the person I want to thank. Brandon Oliver's assistant, for getting everything set up tonight. Of course, Brandon himself doing a lot to get this process working for us all. And somewhere along the line, someone had the idea to get this going for us. We've always wanted to do it here at East Central, and someone made it happen this year. We're glad to do these live broadcasts for you, Barry.
Absolutely. It's been fun.
'86, the ball carrier.
Run by number 86.
That's Chase Senelik. Timeout Hornets this time. And if we sound like we're kind of wrapping things up, Barry, this is our last live broadcast of the year, being the last home game. Still, 2 more games on the Hornets schedule?
I think just one more game. I think it's going to be against South San at Bobcat Stadium.
Have we had Clemens this year?
Do we have one more?
I think we've got Clemens and South San, if I'm correct.
Maybe
but
you're right.
I'm rarely correct about anything.
We'll look that up. Hopefully you're right. Hopefully you're right. I would love to see 2 more games. I think the next game is South San and maybe wrapping up at Clemens.
Sure.
But we'll take a look at that. Hopefully there are 2 games left. For some reason I thought it was only 1, but I'm also a middle school teacher because I know that this weekend are the middle schools Legacy, East Central Legacy, East Central Heritage's last games. So maybe I'm thinking about that. 2 games left on the schedule, on the docket. Sound right.
Speaking of the upcoming week, of course, students will be off this upcoming week.
Yes.
Parents, if you didn't know that, now you do. I did happen to talk to a parent this afternoon that had no idea that their student was going to be home all next week. Well, guess what, parents? They are enjoying the Thanksgiving activities. Folks, we hope you are extra safe. You know what I'm talking about. This is going to be a tough time, so do the right thing. Spend this week safely, and let's come back safe and healthy. Number 8, touchdown, Smithson Valley. Straight up the middle, pretty much untouched into the end zone. Number 8 is Justin Avery.
There was some fight in the safety that was being blocked. Almost tripped him up, but Avery got his footing. Touchdown, Rangers. Now, Rangers, that is another senior running back that they have. All of their skill positions in the backfield are seniors.
Point after attempt is good. Always great to have a great kicker, as Smithson Valley seems to have at number 39. Austin Hosier is the name. We do have East Central sports going on next week. A couple of basketball games scheduled. Those basketball schedules, guys, to be perfectly honest, are a little fluid at this time. There are schools canceling. There are some schedules being rearranged. But there are a couple of games scheduled, EC games scheduled here at what's our stadium called over there, Barry?
The Stan Bonowitz
Center, after the great coach here at East Central High School. Stan Bonowitz Center will be hosting some East Central basketball next week. Keep posted through ECH Athletics on YouTube. Find us otherwise at ECH Athletics on the net. And if you have to, call Barry at his house, and I'll let you know what's going on.
Which is interesting because I never answer my phone. So if you do have my number, there's a good chance you're going to go straight to voicemail anyway.
That is a very true statement. And Smithson Valley is set to kick off by number 39, Austin Hosier. Back to receive is number 3 for the Hornets, Trayshawn Johnson. And far side, don't see the number. Looks like 26, Aguilar. Trayshawn Johnson with the reception goes crossfield and is finally met by defenders from Smithson Valley out to the 31-yard line. Call it the 30. 1st and 10, Hornets.
Now that score does seem big. It is only 3 minutes and 2 seconds left. Again, Smithson Valley 31, East Central 7, which doesn't reflect how good the Hornets have played today. Now, with these 3 minutes and 2 seconds left, it is going to be important that East Central stay focused. It's absolutely important to show themselves on film that they are moving the ball against Smithson Valley, which they've done well all night. It'd be great to fight through with the score to finish up, whether a field goal or a touchdown. Let's see what they do.
Finish up with momentum and perhaps translate that momentum into next week. 25, the tackler in the backfield. 25 is number 25, Amari McKenzie for Smithson Valley. Go ahead, Barry. Running back there was number 29, Michael Martinez.
That's the first time I've seen him. Again, is looking at East Central's backfield, which is different from Smithson Valley, senior after senior. East Central's backfield, junior, sophomore. It's amazing that these athletes are going to be back next year. Sometimes you got to take your lumps, come back next year stronger and understanding what's going to be expected of you.
Vela takes a snap, hands off to the running back who meets a wall in the form of number 43 from Smithson Valley, Colton Shepler.
Now, I love Michael Aguilar because he runs fearlessly, he runs straight ahead, he runs hard. He hit that wall hard. That was a tough run. But again, there he is, ready to take that ball. See what you got.
We got a new receiver in the game, the left side of the line here. Looks like number 88, who would be Ernesto Castillo.
6'5", he's listed as.
Ernie was never that tall when I had him as a freshman. He's probably grown at least a foot. Him and quarterback Vela were always good buddies as freshmen, so they've grown up with this team. Nice to see some connections between Vela and Ernie. All the boys. I had all those boys back as freshmen. Christian, Ernie, Jimmy. You guys know who we're talking about. Glad to see them play some varsity ball and eventually graduate from high school.
Which is cool because James Bryan and I also do graduations for the district, and being able to see kids, our student athletes from youth to graduating as young men and women, it is really cool to be part of the wrap up to their career here at East Central.
Hornets. This time, Vela rolls to the left, finds a receiver. Nice throw. Very accurate throw to number 88. We just mentioned him, Ernesto Castillo. First down, Hornets.
I wonder if Christian plays baseball. That looked like a third baseman scooping the ball up and making the throw. Didn't even look like he had that much zip on it. That ball just flew off his fingertips. Looked good. Rolled left, threw accurately, threw in a tight window. First down, Hornets.
20 handoff inside to number 21, Juan Hernandez. Juan shaking up on the play. Always good to see the support of the Hornets taking a knee and showing their support for their fellow teammate. Fans, 42 seconds remaining in the game. Your score, as you see it on the scoreboard, 31-7. Been a very entertaining game. I'll tell you why it's been a very entertaining game. Because the Hornets have played a great game. They've played above expectations. They've played good quality football that's been coached up well. And they made some spectacular plays, and that makes a great game.
It was great to see the adjustments. You want your best players on the field. And it does mean sometimes that your best players play both defense and offense, playing double duty, also playing special teams. And that is what East Central went ahead and went out and did tonight. You saw a lot of athletes. And JJ, who's coming off the field right now, played linebacker and running that ball. We had Tavion Lott also lined up in the slot, playing on the defense as well. Zion LeGrant. It was quite a show tonight. They really played hard. All these underclassmen taking on Smithson Valley.
Michael Martinez to the right of Vela. Hayden Ortiz, the other running back. And that's Michael, I believe. Michael Martinez, number 29, I believe. Michael Martinez. Also Hayden Ortiz, the other running back in the backfield now, along with Christian Vela, tonight's quarterback.
5 seconds left on the clock. 3, 2, 1, and that's the game.
And the buzzer indicates the end of the game. Barry, can I get a final score there from you?
Final score, Smithson Valley 31, East Central, our Hornets 7.
Proud of our Hornets. We go down tonight, but we will be back next week and the following week. We think there are 2 more games to go. For now, my colleague Barry Huff, myself, James Bryant, signing off, and go Hornets.
We'd like to thank you for attending tonight's contest and wish you a safe trip home. Remember, sportsmanship is always important and should be practiced before and after the game. So as you leave the stadium, please remember that